Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this, hopefully not too horribly long, Escape from Tarkov video. This video is really more for the friends that I play with. I've realized as much as we've tried to show them all of the places we loot when we scav into reserve, something I do highly suggest, as it can be very lucrative, especially if you're skilled enough to go after the raiders at the end, which we'll come back to. I've tried, and I know my friend has as well, the two of us who've been teaching them, we've tried to show them all of the best places to loot, but I realized we've left some gaps in their knowledge. And this came about specifically because of the drop-down room. If you know about it, then you already know what I'm talking about. And with the current gas analyzer shortage, it is a great place to hit, because you'd be surprised how often some of the best loot spots on this map are not touched, especially this early in the wipe. A lot of players kind of fear coming here because most of the time it's going to be a lot of high-tier players with good gear who come here to loot. But as a scav, those players tend to leave relatively quickly. Once they've hit their normal areas or killed most of the other players or decided they're not seeing enough action, they tend to leave within the first 20 minutes. They don't want to stick around. They're trying to maximize profit and experience gain. So coming here as a scav, that last 20 minutes is often player free apart from rats. So it's got a lot of risk, but it also has a high reward. So right now, I'm going to kind of try to get your bearings as to where we are if you're new to coming to reserve. So right now we are next to the K buildings. It is a set of three sections with 2 buildings each, and some train lines in the middle with train cars in them. To my right now are the bunkers, which also lead down into another section below them. And right there, for example, is an extract. See that red light? You gotta flip a switch, and that becomes an extract. And here we have the main train platform. Right there is a white castle. You can see right there is what we'll often call the red brick tower. And we're gonna kind of get ourselves to a standard spawning location, especially when we come in as a group of scavs. Again, this is more for the people we play with, and often when we're coming in as a 4 or 5 man scav group, we tend to spawn back here in this corner. So right here, we are next to the B buildings. So that is the B building that contains a marked room, and that is the other B building. They have a tower up there. The guy I play with a lot tends to hit this tower. I let him take it. There's often some good weapon parts and ammo spawns in that tower that are almost never hit by players. So a lot of times my first stop is here. You'll often find food spawns right here, and depending on how long you have in the raid, you might actually need it. Then you have yourself a weapons box right here. My next stop is to hit up the stairs right here. Go through this door, and then I'm going to go up. Usually my friend at this point is coming over to hit the stuff on that side. We tend to split up the loot. Even with a group of like 5 players, there's plenty of loot on this map for a bunch of scavs. So we have some more ammo, weapon parts. You can see one right there in this nice box. Then I'm going to hop up, and I'm going to hit this crate right here. There is also a corpse down there you can hit, as well as a grenade box. But I actually suggest against it because this is a very vulnerable area, with players coming across the top of these bunkers, moving along the map, potential raiders or angry scav bosses. Because while you're not supposed to shoot the scav boss, if some other idiot player scav has, then unless you have a very high rep, they're auto aggro to all player scavs. Kinda sucks. So my next stop is coming out of that door, cross over here along the top of this train, the next weapon box. Then I'm going to drop down right here. I'm going to check this side first for spawns. You can see something did spawn that time. Come over here, check right here. Got a nice filter and another box. Depending on where my friend's at, I might go hit this weapons crate that's right here. You can see, got to crawl to get to it. At which point it is time to head out of here. I usually go out this hole over on this side for 2 main reasons. Oh, come on. Don't be this today. You have a jacket right here, which I've gotten some pretty good keys out of occasionally. Of course, it is random. And then over here is not a bad spot to check. there's potential for things like propane or fuel canisters to spawn out here. It's gotten much rarer these days, of course, with how much they've pulled back, how easy it is to get fuel, but it is a good place to check. Also, might not hurt to stop by and check this building right here. That red brick tower we saw earlier. There is a jacket right there. And I don't think I've ever seen anything spawn on those, but it doesn't hurt to just take a quick look. From here, we're going to be heading over to White Knight. That's this building right here. See, we have a rear door right there and some stuff up top. My usual pathing is I'm going to come around here to the side. I'm going to come in this door. Now, there are kind of okay loot spots in here. There's a few boxes. But honestly, especially if you've got a limited time, like if you're coming in with 20 minutes or less, I don't usually think it's worth it. You could say, oh, well, I found an H&K in one of those before, which I have as well. But again, you have to try and weigh where you're going to find the most luck. So once I come in here, usually I will leave the first floor to my friend, although that room right there has some jackets in it. Always good to check. And I'm going to go straight up to the third floor. And my first stop is going to be this far room down here. Now, again, my priorities most of the time with reserve are weapons parts. That way it's cheaper for me to build weapons. But there are things like this room with that little bag there if you want to stop in it. So there's going to be weapon parts on the table here. You're going to have medical and potential food spawns here. You've got two different things to open right there. More weapons parts. And this is where you need to pay attention. You need to come over and check these boxes. Me and my friend call it the sexy AK. It is a kitted AK with usually decent ammo in it. And if you're going to be going for raiders, it is a godsend to find. Doesn't have the best sight, but you can very easily swap that out with this AK. And with how easy AK ammo is to find on this map, it is a great find whenever you get a sexy AK run. We come out here onto the roof, we have more weapons parts. Some over here as well, some right there. We'll have some on the floor right here. We'll have that crate. We've also got on top of here as well as on top of here. And if you want to be thorough, you have a tool chest right there. And more weapons parts up here. From here, I will drop down through this hole. Make sure not to drop down that hole. Do not do the hole that is that close to the door, because that broken leg territory. You want to come over to this hole, drop down here. You're going to have a grenade box, that crate right there. You have another crate in here along with some food spawns right there. And then you have a table of more weapons parts. And my usual method for getting out of here is kind of lining up with that crate and jumping backwards and coming out of the window. My friend can do that forwards. For some reason, it defeats me, so I don't even try. Now I'm going to run across from White Knight over to Black Knight. Got some more ammo spawns and a bag here. Then coming over to White Knight. If this door is shut, usually means no one's hit the jackets in here. We got 2 jackets and a duffel bag there. Potential tool spawns right there and right over here. Then I'm going to head up to the second floor, come over here. I don't remember if this is the bathroom that spawns stuff. My friend's usually the one who checks it. But there is a potential for this bathroom to spawn stuff like a Tetris, Bitcoin, stuff like that, I think. Or it's the one over on the other side. Then we have some more weapon part spawns. There used to be an SVD spawn up here. I don't think it comes anymore. I have checked so many runs and I have not seen the SVD spawn anymore. So I'm going to guess they took it out. And also more ammo right there. Then my next stop is up here and onto the roof. We have some ammo spawns. If you have stuff like a AKMN or AK, whatever the other one is. I don't remember all the names for the God knows how many variants of AK exist these days, let alone in this game. You got 7.62x39 PS ammo right there. This could be used for a lot of different weapons. Usually better than what you'll spawn in as a scav. More weapon parts right here. Another crate. And you have that crate right there. And that crate right there. Now my usual path at this point is I'm going to kind of take a different route off. I'm going to crouch. Just let myself kind of fall down while holding back. Hurt your legs a little bit, but it's fine. Your PMC will live. Then I'm literally just going to look in this window and hit that box right there. At this point, we're heading into the building we call admin, or more specifically, White Bishop. There's a bishop, not a queen, right? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, well, I remember my chess parts. We're going to come in down here on the first floor. And then I'm going to do one of two things. If I hear other people, then I'm actually not even going to come this way. I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to let them take their time because it could be players. And I'm going to come check this door, which is often not hit, and has a medical bag and medical spawns on the shelves. If we come down here, we have 2 duffel bags for us to check. And then we can go straight back down to where you saw me turn around a moment ago. I'm going to turn out this way. And let me make sure you have your bearings, because I know I kind of did that very quick. So back out again, there was Black Knight. This is the door we came in. So I went up the stairs over there, up and around, and down right there. Or you can just come this direction, turn right through the second door, and you get into this section. Through here, we're going to find different tech spawns on both sides. See some right there. This is also a place to find gas analyzers, by the way. And you want to come and check all of these shelves. And make sure there's nothing floating out in the middle of the air. You'd be surprised how often that happens. Once you're done, my next stop is up in this direction where we're going to be looking for more AK spawns. So my first stop is going to be over in here for, again, food and other various items. Then I'm going to open this door and actually come and check in this room for different types of barter item spawns in here, often water filters. Then come over in this room, look for any kind of part spawns here. You can check those filing cabinets. Then you have another box right here. Once we're done with that, we're going to head across over here into this room. We have ourselves that crate, ammo spawn up there. Come in here, we have more shelves. You can see a nice big air filter right there. More barter items, potential for stuff to spawn on the floor here and right there. Then into this next room, we have a duffel, more ammo, more ammo, more ammo spawns. Which again, if you find a decent AK in this, you can often find BS ammo. Or even 7.62 by, or not 7.62 by 39. God, what is 7 in something or other? It's what, a Goldnick, there we go. We'll just go with that naming. You'll have some good health item spawns here. Find a lot of Salewas and CMSs. Very useful as a scav. And then you have more ammo. Oh, in fact, there's some BS right there. And more weapon parts. And right in here, you could find, in this room, or this one, another of the sexy AKs. Check here. You can check over on that desk. You have a crate right here. More spawns here. Loose random loot there. Open this door, and we have, again, more ammo. This weapons crate. Again, why people don't scav here more just for ammo. Especially in the game's current ammo economy, it is a huge boon. Now I'm going to come up to the roof. Again, more ammo. You can see a box right there. Let's see, we've got BP right there. A crate right there. You can find weapons parts, a lot of scopes on that table. Again, even more ammo. More. I'm going to get tired of saying ammo. Take a shot every time I say ammo and try not to get liver poisoning. And right here is where another AK spawns. It's not the sexy AK, but you still have a chance for a better weapon as a scav. Now from here, it's kind of varied what I will do. It often depends on where my friends are and where they've hit as a group. If I'm solo, I tend not to do what I'm going to do next. But a lot of times they're already hitting these other buildings. And so as a group, my next spot is often going to be all the way down the stairs. By the way, the second floor is a great place to look. So we have a relay right there. And there are tech spawns in all these areas right here where you see server racks. So don't ignore the second floor either. Gonna go ahead and I'm gonna head straight down into what we call the Rattacombs. There are places you can check in those 2 doors. There's a duffel bag in that room. We're gonna head straight out and down here into the main section of the Rattacombs, because you'll often find dead bodies here. Players who fought raiders, players who fought raiders and failed, miserably, or just dead scavs. It's a great place to come if, say, you don't have a backpack, which happens a surprising amount. If you've scavved a lot here recent times, you've probably had 1 or 2 runs where no backpack. You also have these crates right here. I don't remember exactly which ones are which, but some of these will also give you food. You have some weapons parts here. Then, of course, you have the switch to turn on the D2 extract as a PMC. But the nice part about, the nice part about this one is there are tech spawns here. So if that power's not on, there's a good chance none of these have been hit. And a lot of times, players who hit them will miss the ones over on this side. Over here in this room, honestly the only reason I needed the gun, you have, right there, you have a crap ton of filing cabinets. Then in here, you have on this desk and that desk, I believe both, a potential for an intelligence folder spawn. Nice big crate back here. And the one I see a lot of players not know about, if we come out this back door, and through the water, have a weapons crate right there. But of course, you make a lot of noise and you go very slow. Now before I head on, I don't doubt I got you a little turned around and confused once we came down here. That's normal. The Rattacombs take quite a bit of experience in to get good at knowing where you're going. So there's where we came from, admin, or again, White Bishop. And then we went down there, kind of went up and around, back that way, and out through there. So that's actually the way I'm going to continue on. Normally I'd come out of there, and what you're coming up into right now is the medical building, or I believe White Bishop, maybe? Not 100% sure on. Over here we'll have, oh wait, the other one was White Bishop. I don't remember what this one is named. But we have a medical box right here, medical spawns there, there, and there. What the hell is that? Oh. H2O2, aka hydrogen peroxide. So you have some, I don't think I actually ever seen anything spawn in here. But you have this room, there's different spawns that also occur in here. You head up the stairs right here. We are now in the base of the medical building. And just to give you your bearings again, there's the K's. We started back over there. We spawned in right there and then went and started our run over there. Good weapons parts here. Even if all this has been hit, because it often is by player scavs looking for medical items, which you can always tell if it's been hit by doors, while containers reset when you come in. So if a player's already hit a container, it'll show closed when you come in as a scav. If they hit it before you came in, that is. Doors stay in their position though. So if the doors are all open, there's a good chance it's all been hit. But it's a good place to find medical items if you're in need, like splints, salewas, stuff like that. But one of my stops is always the roof here. Again, more weapon part spawns right there on that table. I have some over here on top of this box. There's a crate right there. More spawns on top of that box. And more spawns right there. We're now going to hit this drop down. Got more weapon parts there, box up there, ammo right there. Come drop down in here. Weapon part, and ammo. My next step is usually right here. One great place to check, by the way, is, so there's admin. So that was the way we came. We came from Black Knight there. Dropped down, came across, and went into admin. So here's the door on the side. If you come in here, almost everyone knows about this weapon crate, but a lot of people don't hit this room right here. In here, we have another crate and a lot of ammo spawns, often not hit. So once I'm done with... Is that Queen? I hate not knowing my fucking chess pieces. That's the Bishop. See, that was fucking with my head. Or is that King? You know what? I hate chess pieces. I hate chess. No one ever wanted to play with me, so I never learned. Fucking admin. Fucking health building. We're moving on now. My friend's going to get to this part of the video and be like, Yep, that sounds about right. Sounds about like our normal callouts as well. Real quick note on that vehicle right there on that tire is an M4 spawn, by the way. A lot of people don't know about that. So I'm going to come up this little broken sign right here. Come up on top of this building. I don't remember which one this one is. Black Bishop. We have different ammo and sights. There's a lot of times you'll find PSO scopes and other dovetail style sights here. You have a crate right there. Got the big old machine gun over there. We have some parts right here on top of this table. We have another crate. And here is the big room. So we're on the 3rd floor of the building at the nose of the helicopter. So you can see white pawn over there, black pawn right there. This is Black Bishop. We are on the 3rd floor, and we are at the end closest over to the K's. You can see the K building was right there. So you can come up these stairs, or you can come up the stairs down there, and you want to come over to this side. Come to this window right here. Which, by the way, you got some tech spawns over there. It's a good place to check. Jump out the window and onto the roof right here. This room normally requires a key. I don't remember which key it is, because I've never actually bought that key. But again, you can get into it just by jumping on the roof, and then you're in this room. And this room is a high tier tech spawn. On these shelves, you can find everything from graphics cards, Tetris, CPUs, you name it, and of course, the all coveted gas analyzer. Got a duffel, 2 computers right there. One of the better rooms to go to. And then the easiest way to come out of here, I believe it's over on this side, works best. Yeah, hit that trash can right there, and you won't take any damage. Some other places people don't tend to hit. There is a jacket right there. Very good set of spawns right here for some weapon part, duffel. These buildings, you should really get good at checking every room and learning where the spawns are, because these buildings are a gold mine of stuff. Now we're going to come over here to Black Pawn, which is the building on the side of the helicopter. And this one, I'm not going to go over this one too heavily, because it would take even longer than I've been recording this video. We're now about 23 minutes into recording. It'd probably take me another 20 minutes to go over all 3 of these buildings and all the different spawns in them. There's nothing hidden in them that I can think of. They're all relatively out in the open, but they are buildings you need to get good with. Go offline, do multiple offline runs, and learn where the spawns are. So we're going to go to the roof real quick, because the roofs are often where I like to hit the most. I'll usually skip everything and start with the roof. This one isn't as good as White Pawn, I believe that one is. But you have weapon parts. I don't believe much spawns over here. You have a grenade box right there. Stuff spawns on that table. Stuff spawns on that table. You see some stuff there. Got another weapon box. You got more spawns right here. More spawns right there. More spawns along here. Now the roof of White Pawn is honestly a great one. You have on the side closest to us of that brick wall right there, you have multiple ammo and part spawns. There's 2 crates hiding behind those metal plates. Over on that side's another crate. In that tent you have good ammo spawns, weapon part spawns, a grenade box, and on the side of this little section opposite us there's 3 jackets. So that covers most of the major areas I tend to hit. I will go over one more great one, although all my friends, I'm fairly certain, know about this one. Oh, here's another good one. Along right here. People don't tend to come here, but there's a duffel there. And then there's health item spawns all along here, oddly enough. And a tech crate right there that people, or a barter item crate right there that people tend not to hit. Because, of course, it's still open, but when you're as a scav, it's a little bit easier to do. So if we come down here. Now this is one that all other people who play with us should know about. These are the stables, the kitchen, the stairs of the kitchen are down there. I just want to make sure that everyone's aware there's some good loot. You can get filters right here, crate right there. You, of course, have multiple of these big crates right here. I believe some of them are food and some of them are barter items. You have more weapon parts over here, over there, tool chest here, more stuff spawns along here. You have your crate right there. I believe I've seen ammo spawn there. Come down here. I believe there's a duffel in this room. I don't tend to hit it. Yeah, there's a duffel down there. And if we come along this way, we have a jacket right there. Spawns on that desk. Duffel and jacket. And then that right there leads us back into the Rattacombs, which we're not going to go into because we've already been down there. I'm going to talk about one more place to always check, especially if you're on this pathing that I've done heading for Hole in the Fence by mountains, is by this tank right over here. So you can have gas canister spawns over here by this generator. Ammo in those boxes. And the big one, I don't remember whether it's on that one, or that pallet, is a tank battery. Very rare and absolutely required for one of the quests in the game. Definitely a place to come look. And then, of course, right over here, we have your extract if you were to spawn all the way on that other side where we started. Hole in the wall by mountains. So this isn't a comprehensive, here are all the different loot spawns on reserve. This is kind of the pathing I tend to take with a little bit extras thrown in here and there when hitting this as a scav, especially with my group of friends. I showed you the sexy AK spawns, the extra AK spawn, the drop down room, and a few other kind of key places to go look. The truth is, Reserve has a ton of loot, and if there's places you like looking, like I know one of my friends loves going up there and hitting the safe that's up by Dome. There's also good weapon parts actually in Dome up there as well. You know, depending on what you like to do and how you like to do it, play with Reserve a lot. Scav here a lot. Just take your time. You'd be surprised how many different loot spawns you'll find, the pathing you'll eventually start taking, and how it becomes second nature knowing where to look on this map. Reserve is such an underrated scav map for a lot of the high tier players. All of us rats know and love it. That's why, especially later in the Y, Reserve is a very popular scav map. Right now it's popular, of course, because of gas analyzers and its early wipes, weapon parts are at a premium, especially if you're lower level. But seriously, take a closer look at Reserve. And for my friends out there, I hope this video helped you with some of the loot stuff you've heard us talk about, but maybe didn't know exactly where it is. And I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll see you next time.